Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Athletics franchise here on MLB The Show 24. Today we'll start today's episode at home against the 13-15 New York Mets, while your Athletics currently sit at 9-20. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content as we get through the month of April into the month of May today. On the mound for the Athletics in today's start is Luis Medina, making his second start of the season. He's had at least one start, but he's played some bullpen games as well. And Jeff McNeil will lead off for the New York Mets, and this one will begin with a ground over to Geloff with a nice spinning throw, who will get McNeil at first base. And we'll take a look at the Mets lineup today. We just saw the three-time All-Star who's been playing pretty good, Jeff McNeil, followed by Luis Angel Acuna at short, left field Brandon Nimmo, Pete Alonso at first, Francisco Alvarez behind the plate, Ronnie Mauricio in second, and then we see Ryan Clippard at center, Brett Beatty at third base, and Hunter Renfroe in right. Here is Acuna up next, who gets this one over to Wilson with a nice diving effort, but it will not be enough to get him at first base. That'll be an infield base hit. Nimmo now up next, 0-1. It's actually going to be a steal attempt, and Soderstrom will gun down Acuna. Nice throw there by Soderstrom for the second out. Later in the at-bat to Nimmo. He will chop this one up the middle, actually off of the chest of Medina, who recovers nicely and throws him out. So an interesting play. Medina seems like he's all right. On the mound for the Mets will be the lefty Jose Quintana, the veteran. Also, I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Sorry if my voice is a little raspy. I've been dealing with a cold this week, trying to get it better. Zach Geloff now leads off for the Athletics, and he will begin his day with the first pitch, a slap into right field, where it will be caught by Renfroe. We'll take a look at the Athletics lineup. As you can see, we'll see Rosario up next, followed by Soderstrom, Rooker, Ruiz, Noda, Martin, Wilson, and Davidson. Currently 13th in the AL in OPS, not hitting the ball for hard contact like we have in the past. Eddie Rosario now up next, first pitch to him. He'll chop a sinker over to third, and that'll be an easy play by Beatty. Two down now for the All-Star Tyler Soderstrom. First pitch to him, and he'll slap a fastball into left center, and that'll be extra bases. That'll help the OPS, as that one gets cut off in at center by Clifford, but it's going to be a two-out double for the All-Star Tyler Soderstrom. Rooker now up next is our best bat this year, but he swings and misses at the low pitch, and that'll end the first. Top two now back with Medina at the plate, or at the mound. Pete Alonso's the one at the plate, and he crushes this one deep to left center, and it will be out of here. Ruiz, not enough time to make a play on it. That'll be a solo home run for Big Meat Pete. His 11th already of the season. Alonso's the 2019 NL home run champ, looking to win it for a second time if he continues to put up numbers like that. 1-0 Mets now up next, Francisco Alvarez, and he'll hit this one well into center. This one's deep as well, and Ruiz will watch this one fly onto the roof out there in center. Back-to-back home runs for the Mets. This time the catcher, Francisco Alvarez, has his 8th, 457 feet. And Medina gives up back-to-back home runs. It's been the Achilles heel of this athletic squad. It's 2-0 Mets. Two down now for Brett Beatty, and he gets plunked on the back, so that'll keep the inning alive. Hunter Renfroe now 1-2, and he'll hit this one into left center, and this one's going to be some trouble. Splitting the outfielders, Ruiz will get to it, but not before he gets to the wall, and that's going to be an RBI double for Renfroe. Mets add another. It's 3-0 New York. McNeil now top of the lineup up next into center field. It's got some flair, but Ruiz will track this one down, but a 3-spot, and the Mets put him up. We'll go now, Jose Butto. Yes, Butto is in relief. Medina did not go very far. He only went 2 innings. So Medina will be replaced by Butto in the third, and he'll begin the inning by getting Acuna to strike out. Good start for Jose Butto, who actually got him from the Mets a couple years ago. And ever since we got him from the Mets, it's been disastrous, as here is going to be an extra base hit given up by Butto. We tried him in the rotation. Now we're trying him at long relief. If this doesn't work, I don't know what will. Alonso now up next, 1-2. A pitch in the dirt. He'll swing and miss at us. There's another strikeout for Butto. That'll bring up Francisco Alvarez. Now up next, who we just saw hit a solo homer in the last inning. He's got a runner here on second here, trying to put another run on the board for the Mets. 1-2. Alvarez gets a piece of this one, high and deep to right. It's slicing, but it's going to stay fair. A 2-run homer for Francisco Alvarez. The second home run of the day for him. 9th of the season. The Jose Butto special continues. And It's now 5-0 Mets. That pitch was not supposed to be there, by the way. Still trying to get the final out of the inning. Ronnie Mauricio hits this one deep to left field. But Rosario will have enough space for this one, and the Mets will tag 2 more on the board. Joe Barlow then gets the next inning for the Athletics. We're just going to do lots of pitching in this episode. He'll start the 4th with Ryan Clifford, who breaks his bat over to Wilson, who charges it and makes a nice play, gunning him out at first. Brett Beatty now up next 2-2. He gets underneath a fastball into center, and Joe Barlow, who's been our best reliever since we got him in the Rule 5 draft, continues to deliver. Renfroe now up next, 0-1. He crushes this one to left center. Can the ballpark hold it? No, it will not. So right when I was guessing at Barlow, he gives up a solo home run to Hunter Renfroe. Completely misses the spot he should have hit, and that's the 5th of the season for the right fielder. That one goes 450. And the Metropolitans not done scoring yet. They lead 6-0. Jeff McNeil, top of the lineup, up next. Sky highs this one to center. That should end the 4th. The Mets have scored in every inning so far. Go into the next frame. Will that continue? Ryan Presley will grace the mound. He inherits a runner already on first base. Nobody out for Brandon Nimmo, who chops over to Noda, who will step on first, but some confusion if he did or not. They say he did, so we only get the 1 out. Pete Alonso now with the runner in scoring position, grounds this one over to short. Davidson fields it, and he'll make the play at first base. It's now up to Alvarez, who's already homered twice today, 2-2, and he swings and misses at a slurve. I will say Presley got off to a rough start this season, but he has played a lot better recently. Mason Miller then a couple innings later will come in relief, because we're just going to go through the whole bullpen in today's game. He inherits a runner on first in the 7th with 1 down, and he's going to give up a base hit to Acuna. Runner will go all the way to 3rd. Now you got runners on the corners for the Mets. Next up, Brandon Nimmo, the all-star. 1-2, swings at a pitch in the dirt. Good strikeout there by Miller, trying to strain the runners. It's Pete Alonso, and he does just that, who can't connect on the slider. So good job by Miller to come in relief and weather any storm. We'll finally go back to the offense here, and the reason why I haven't watched the offense is because there's been none. There's only been 1 hit on the board so far for the Athletics. Soderstrom grounds out to begin the 7th, and then Rooker gets underneath a fastball into center field where it will be caught. So quick 2 down now, Ruiz, full count pitch to him, and he gets a hold of a curveball, catches too much of the plate into right field, and that one's going to be gone. So Esteury Ruiz finally gets the Athletics on the board. It's a solo home run to the opposite field. Don't see a lot of that from Ruiz, not known for his power, but he hits his 3rd home run of the season, and the A's finally on the board, as it's now 6-1. Next batter up will be Ryan Noda, trying to keep the inning alive, and he does just that. Changeup smacks it up the middle for a base hit. The A's might not be done. How about Robbie Martin in the 7th spot? The second-year man out of Georgia, his first pitch, he hits this one to right center, and it will drop for a base hit. Noda's going to go to 3rd while we're at it. Now we got runners on the corners. Inning still alive. Jacob Wilson now, the top prospect with a chance to continue. Lefty-righty matchup, but he grounds it over to 2nd. Now in the inning, but the A's do get 1. Lou Trevino then comes in the 8th, looking to hold this lead for the Mets. We'll start off with Logan Davidson. 0-1 to the shortstop. We'll chop this one over to 3rd. Nice charge by Beatty, and he will get Davidson on the nice throw. Top of the lineup, Zach Geloff hitless today. We'll do almost the exact same thing that Davidson just did. Let's ground out to 3rd. So quickly 2 down now. Rosario 1-1, and he's going to chop this one over to 2nd. So a good inning of work by Lou Trevino. That'll send us into the 9th, where Edwin Diaz will come in relief. It's not a closing situation, so I'm surprised he's coming out here, but the 2-time reliever of the year and 4-time All-Star will look to just get some mop-up work, but he begins by plunking Soderstrom. So we'll take the free runner. Soderstrom now on 2nd, and Rooker can't hold back his swing, so he'll be thrown out at first base. Going to bring up in the 5-hole hitter. But before we get to there, Alvarez actually suffered an injury. That's kind of big for the Mets because he's had a good game so far. Christian Vasquez will come in. He'll catch the rest of the way. As Ruiz steps back into the box, he has the only RBI of the day for the Athletics. And he gets jammed on an inside slider into right field. They will not test the arm out there by Renfroe. Probably the wise decision. So we're down to our final outs. It is in the form of Ryan Noda. Full count pitch to the first baseman. He can't connect on the 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and that will do it. Mets game 1 win for them. as it was not really a particularly close one. The Mets had this one firmly in the driver's seat since the beginning innings. I will say, ever since the first 4 innings, the bullpen did a pretty decent job of not allowing more runs to score. It was 6-1. We just only had 4 hits, and it was hard to win when the other team has more runs than you do hits. So Quintana gets the win, Medina the loss, and player of the game will probably go to, indeed, Francisco Alvarez. 2 home run day for him, and we dropped this one. But like I said, after the 4th inning, they didn't allow any runs, so good job on the back end of the bullpen. We do win Game 2, 12-7. Brent Rooker goes deep for the 6th time and adds 3 RBIs as his hot start continues. And Paul Blackburn, though, did not have the best of days. Robbie Francisco comes off the injury report, so we get some good news there, and we got to send somebody down. Before we get there, though, we do win Game 3, 6-4. So we take the series at home against the Mets, as Robbie Martin had 2 RBIs and Micah Bell had an okay game before he had to leave because of a minor injury. One more trade to go through in the month of April. The Pirates will get Zach DeZenzo from the Astros for Bailey Falter. So the Pirates try to get another young player in their lineup in Zach DeZenzo, who's kind of been phased out in Houston. We're going to send down Luis Medina. I know this is a little bit of a surprise, especially with how bad Butto's been playing, but Medina is starting to decrease a little bit, and I really want him to play well. I think he still has a future, and I don't want him to be wasted here in the majors if he's going to decrease. The only thing is Medina has to pass through waivers for him to send down, so hoping he can do that. We'll get into the second half of the episode now, where we head out to Cleveland at Progressive Field to face the 15-17 Cleveland Guardians, who made the playoffs last year. They lost in the wild card round, though, to the Astros in 2 games. This is the Guardians team that's been very active in improving. They want to get to a World Series, and they've made some pretty aggressive trades to get that done. Meanwhile, we're sitting at 11-21. On the mound for the Guardians today will be the righty Gavin Williams, making his 7th start of the season. As we'll get into this one, the Athletics, of course, will trot out Geloff in the leadoff spot. He'll begin by drawing a walk, so we'll get the free base runner to begin the day. Rosario up next, who's spent some time here in Cleveland, as he draws a walk as well. So back-to-back walks to begin the day for Tyler Soderstrom, who will strike out on the low changeup for out number 1. Rooker now up next with a prime position, but he also can't connect on the low changeup. So a quick 2 down now for Williams. We'll bring in Ryan Noda, who will get jammed on a fastball. Probably should have taken the pitch. And the A's, despite the 2 free base runners, get nothing in the first. On the mound for them will be the lefty J.P. Sears, who's had a not good start at all this season. 25 earned runs already, 8.77 ERA. Hoping he can cool it a little bit. He'll start with a 4-time reigning Gold Glove Award winner, Andres Jimenez, who will try to get started with this bat. And Rosario will miss the ball. Tries to go for the dive. That could be costly, as now instead of a single, Jimenez has a leadoff double. So a runner already in scoring position thanks to the blunder in the outfield. It'll be Garrett Mitchell up next, who will swing and miss at the low fastball for out number 1. Good bounce back there by Sears, and then Ramirez up at the plate, and they're going to walk him, not give him anything to hit. Gary Carpenter in the 4th spot up the middle. Sears stabs it, goes to second, goes to first. A nice play by Sears to get himself out of the inning with the defense. We'll stay with him bottom 3. Here's Oswald Peraza, who was acquired this week, actually, in a trade from the New York Yankees. He will hit this one off the scoreboard. And the shortstop for Cleveland has himself a leadoff double. Top of the lineup we go. Jimenez up next. He hits this one up the middle for a base hit. And that should look to score a run. Ruiz will come up firing, but it's not even close. And the Guardians are on the board first here in the third. 1-0. Mitchell now up next 2-2, and he gets a hanging slurve. And he's going to hit this one to right center, and it's going to scrape over the wall for a 2-run homer. Garrett Mitchell, the former Milwaukee Brewer, who was acquired at the deadline last season for Kyle Manzardo, hits his home run and gives the Guardians a 3-0 lead. Going to the top of the 5th now, 2 down for Zach Geloff, and he's going to get a hanging curveball, and he's going to hit this one deep to center. Tall wall out there, but it will clear it. So Zach Geloff gets a run on the board for the Athletics, only the 2nd hit of the day for the road squad, as like a couple of games earlier, offense struggling a little bit to begin, but Geloff gets his 6th home run of the season, and it is now 3-1. Next batter, Rosario up next, full count pitch, and he'll slap a fastball into left field, so that'll put the tying run at the plate as the A's bats look to come alive a little bit. It's Soderstrom as well, but he can't connect on the slider. Timed it up well, just completely whiffed. Hunter Gaddis will then come into relief for the Guardians, 4.88 ERA through 13 games already this season. He'll begin the 6th inning with Brent Rooker, who will swing out in front of the circle change, and he will strike out. Ryan Noda now up next, 1-0 pitch to him. He gets a nice changeup, times it up well, but just pops it up into center. You got to get some of these balls that are right there to fall. Robbie Martin now up next, up the middle, and it's going to be fielded, and that should be a 1-2-3 inning for the Guardians, as Ryan Presley will then come in relief for the A's, making already his 20th appearance already of the season. You're right down to 498, so it's at least decreasing. He's tasked with the 6th inning, and he will get Geloff to put out the runner at first. William Contreras up next, also grounds out to Geloff, so good 2 ground balls for the heart of the order. Bring up the 6-hole hitter in MJ Melendez, and he will sky a slider into left field, so a good inning there by Presley. He gets them to go down 1-2-3. He'll only go 1 inning, though, as Zach Jackson comes in relief in the 7th. He's been a solid start to his year. 2.84 ERA, it's a lot better than what it's been recently. He'll begin the bottom of the 7th, though, with Junkenzie Noel, who will hit this one into center field. And the rookie 24-year-old from the Dominican Republic will get a leadoff double to begin the inning. Up next in the 8th spot, it'll be Davison De Los Santos, who actually won the April AL Rookie of the Month. So a good start to the year for De Los Santos. You can see the numbers on your screen, hitting righties particularly well. He's got a righty in the form of Zach Jackson, but Jackson won't give him anything to hit. He walks him to the free bag at first. Oswald Peraza up next. He will also draw a walk, so Jackson loads the bases. Still nobody out for the top of the lineup. Jimenez with a chance to open this one up. Chops it over to first. Noda comes up charging, tries to go home, but can't get the runner. It's 4-1 Guardians, and everybody's safe. Mitchell now up next, who has a home run already today. Will slap this one down the left field line, and that's going to be fair. And this is going to be trouble. It's going to be a bases-clearing double for Mitchell. 7-1 Guardians. Jackson cannot get a single out here in the 7th, and he will be pulled from Joe Barlow. So that 2 ERA is going to absolutely skyrocket. So Barlow's got to clean up the mess. Still nobody out, the runner in scoring position, and he gets Jose Ramirez to swing and miss on the inside fastball. Gary Carpenter up next, rips this one to left. Rosario will glove it over his shoulder. Runner will tag to third, but now 2 down. And actually, runner's going to try to go home. That's ambitious, and he's thrown out. So he almost gets there. But trying to tag up on 2 bags, that's kind of insane work. So Barlow doesn't give up a run, but it's 7-1 now as we go into the 8th. Lucas Erceg in relief for the Athletics, and he'll begin with William Contreras flying out to right field. Melendez now up next, the former Kansas City Royal, who hits this one well into left field. And he will fly out to Rosario. Nice over-the-shoulder grab again. 2 down now for Noel, who gets plunked on the 98 heater. That's going to sting a little bit. He's not very happy about that at one as he takes his free base. And then Davison De Los Santos hits it well into left, but Rosario again will track it down. And we'll go into the 9th inning now, down by 5. The Guardians will not throw in their closer like the Mets, so we'll send in James Karinchak, trying to get the final 3 outs. It'll be the 6-hole hitter Robbie Martin up first, who gets a nice fastball down the middle, but just can't time it up well. He's going to fly out to right. 7-hole hitter Esteury Ruiz as he gets a 1-0 pitch, chopper up the middle. Going to be fielded over there at short by Peraza and thrown out, which means the game will come down to Jacob Wilson, the rookie. First pitch, perfectly times a curveball, rips it into left center, and that one's going to hit off the wall. It's going to be a double for Wilson, and the game stays alive. Can we come back from 5 runs? Not sure. It'll be up to Logan Davison to start the train. 1-2. He also gets a curveball, but not in the best position, and that will end this game. The Guardians win 7-2, taking game 1 here. I know we gave up 7 runs in this one. That's going to look bad, but they all came in 2 innings. This 3 spot given up from Sears, and then Zach Jackson's debacle in this one. So if you take away those 2 little stints, pitching actually played pretty good. We'll take improvements like that. When the pitching staff has been how they've been to start this season, you got to look for any improvements you can. So we will take that. But we do drop this one at 7-2. Again, the other team had more runs than hits. Kind of hard to win that way. Your player of the game will be Garrett Mitchell, who had a handful of RBIs in this one, 5 of them to be exact. And the Guardians will win game 1. We win game 2, though, 4-1, as Brent Rooker, Adam Frazier, and Logan Davidson also went yard for us. We got all of our runs off of the home run ball, and we win the game. One trade around the league. Orioles are going to acquire Rafael Sanchez, but send Edmundo Sosa to the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays had the worst offseason in all of baseball last year, losing both Bichette and Vladimir Guerrero, and they're bad this year, so they're trying to just acquire an offensive bat in Sosa. And then we lose Game 3, 7-4 to the Guardians. Butto had a rough start, and that might be his last start in the majors right now. Luis Medina does get claimed off waivers from the Cardinals, but it was a revocable request, so we have to keep him at the majors if we want to keep him. And we actually are going to keep Medina with the big league club. I don't want to lose Medina. So Jose Butto will finally be sent down to AAA. Next episode, we'll stay on the road for 4 against Houston before 3 against our former Bay rivalry in the San Francisco Giants. As we have a lot of stretches where we're at home for a while and then we're on the road for a while. But we'll see that one in the next episode. We now sit 12-23 on the season. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.